Good morning, dear readers. Really happy you're still with me. And I think I just checked, we're still 34 readers. I'm not going to talk a lot. We're going to read immediately because I would like to read 3 pages today. So that we advance a little bit in the story. And so remember the story with Fantine. So Mr. Madeleine, he's the mayor of the city, and he says, well, you are free, you can be with your girl, and so on and so on. And so now I think what we see here, yes, so now here the writer is describing how the girl feels, how Fantine feels about being free, going to be together with her girl. So, c'en était plus que la pauvre Fantine n'en pouvait supporter. So, it was more than the poor Fantine pouvait, could, supporter means to stand, could cope with or could stand. And then the en, it's a bit like of it, and it always comes from the preposition de, supporter de. Okay, so avoir Cosette, to have Cosette, Cosette is the name of her girl, so to have her little girl with her, sortir de cette vie infâme, so to get out of this infamous life. Vivre libre, to live freely. Riche, which means rich. Heureuse, happy. Honnête, honest. Avec Cosette, with Cosette, which is the name of her little girl. Voir brusquement s'épanouir au milieu de sa misère toutes ces réalités du paradis. So all this Fantine is thinking. So to see, brusquement, all at once. To s'épanouir, we could say to flourish, but maybe better to thrive. In the middle of her misery, all the realities of paradise. So she's just thinking, could this all be true for me? Paradise. Elle regarda comme hébétée cet homme qui lui parlait. So she looked comme hébétée means like stupefied or like dazed. She looked at this man, cet homme, who talked to her. Et ne put que jeter 2 ou 3 sanglots. Oh, oh, oh. And pu, is she could, it's the same as pouvait. Only, and where do I have the only? We know that that's the ne que. She could only throw or like get out 2 or 3 sanglots, sobs or tears. So she could not say anything anymore. The only thing she could get out was like 3 sobs. Oh. Okay. Ses jarrets plièrent. Elle s'est mise à genoux devant Monsieur Madeleine. So, jarret normally it's the hamstrings, but I don't think we should translate it by hamstring. It's like her legs folded. Plier comes from the verb plier, to fold, her legs folded, which means she could not stand on her legs anymore. This was too much. So elle s'est mise, she put herself on her knees in front of Mr. Madeleine. Et avant qu'elle eût pu l'en empêcher, il sentit qu'elle lui prenait la main et que ses lèvres s'y posaient. And before he eût pu, had been able, in spoken language this would have been avait pu, before he had been able to empêcher, to prevent her from it, here coming from it. Why? Because it's empêcher de. En almost always comes from the preposition de. So before he could prevent her from doing, he felt that she took his hand, and we see again in French, she to him took the hand. So in French, you would not say she took his hand. We've talked about that. And that her lips yeah, were put there. Where is the there? The there is I. I is a place. And poser comes from the verb poser, so she put her lips on his hand. Puis elle s'évanouit. Then she fainted. S'évanouir means to faint. Monsieur Madeleine fait transporter Fantine à l'infirmerie. So Mr. Madeleine has or makes Fantine transported to the infirmary, like a small hospital. Dans l'intention de faire revenir Cosette auprès d'elle, il s'acquitte par courrier de toutes les dettes que la jeune mère a contractées auprès des Thénardier. So, with the intention, well, literally it says in the intention, but I think in English we would say with the intention to have Cosette come back near her, near Fantine. He, and then s'acquitter, the verb s'acquitter means to pay everything you owe. So here, to pay by mail all the debts that the young mother had contracted with the Thénardier. So I hope you understand this sentence. So he, Mr. Madeleine, he sends a letter and he says, well, by this I pay all the debts, everything she owes to you, to the Thénardiers. Il n'en faut pas plus pour que l'aubergiste flaire la bonne affaire. We have again this construction, il faut. It's necessary, but here it's negative. It's not necessary for the innkeeper. I forgot something. De ne plus, not anymore. So there was not anymore necessary for the innkeeper to smell the good business. To smell, yeah, I think you understand what I mean. Maybe in English you would say to smell blood, but meaning like to smell that, there is money, maybe we could keep her and get some more money. So, il ne se séparera pas aussi facilement de cette vache à lait. So, he will not separate himself so easily. Yes, aussi. Sometimes it means also, but sometimes it means as easily from this milk cow. Maybe we can call it now a cash cow. Because, well, she's giving cash. That's what they mean. But literally it says a milk cow. Mais Fantine est mourante. Le temps presse si elle veut revoir sa fille. But Fantine is dying. Le temps presse, time is short. It's really like the time is in a hurry. But I think time is short if she wants to see back her daughter. Lassé par les atermoiements des Thénardier, Monsieur Madeleine songe à partir la chercher lui-même à Montfermeil. So, tired of the delays, you don't have to know this word, atermoiement. Leave it, it's not important, but it means delays of the Thénardier, family Thénardier. Mr. Madeleine thinks, and to think can be penser, but in old literature sometimes you read songer. So Mr. Madeleine thinks of leaving, chercher, to go and get her himself at Montfermeil. He says, maybe I should go there myself. De son côté, Javert a rédigé une mystérieuse lettre au préfet de police. De son côté, meaning like on his side, or on the other side, Javert has written a mysterious letter to the prefect of the police. Funny person, this Javert. Little bit of coffee, sorry guys. Thank you. So, un matin, Monsieur Madeleine était dans son cabinet, occupé à régler d'avance quelques affaires pressantes de la mairie pour le cas où il se déciderait à ce voyage de Montfermeil, lorsqu'on vint lui dire que l'inspecteur de police Javert demandait à lui parler. It's a long sentence, but so. One morning, Mr. Madeleine was in his cabinet or in his office, busy to régler means to fix in advance a few pressant urging businesses of the mairie, the town hall, pour le cas où. Hein? Pour le cas où means in case he would decide to this trip to Montfermeil, hein, to go and get Cosette, when one came to tell him that Inspector Javert of the police asked to talk to him. En entendant prononcer ce nom, Monsieur Madeleine ne put se défendre d'une impression désagréable. So, en entendant, well, you know that in French, the en plus present, what do you call that? Present participle, yes. In English, you would translate that by while, huh? Or when. When he heard pronounce the name, so the name of Javert, Mr. Madeleine could not defend himself from or prevent himself from a disagreeable impression. Yeah, you know, he does not like this man. It's a bit, yeah, very cold man. Depuis l'aventure du bureau de police, Javert l'avait plus que jamais évité et M. Madeleine ne l'avait point revu. So since the adventure, or maybe we could say the event of the police office, well, you remember the event with Fantine, Javert had, plus que jamais, more than ever, avoided him. And where is the him? Here. It's the l, huh? That's him. And Mr. Madeleine had not seen him back. Now, point is sometimes used instead of pas. You see it here, point. Huh? So, ne pas and ne point are the same thing. It's a little bit old-fashioned language. Faites entrer, dit-il. Have him entered, he said. Javert entra. So Javert came in. Monsieur Madeleine était resté assis près de la cheminée, une plume à la main. I will already translate that. So Mr. Madeleine had stayed assis, seated, near the chimney, a feather, or we would say like a pen in his hand, l'œil sur un dossier, his eye on a file, qu'il feuilletait. And that he was flipping through. Feuilleter means like to turn pages. He was flipping through the file. And now we're going to the second page. Yes, we have to hurry because we have a third page to go. So, 71. Et qu'il annotait. Hein? So he was noting in the file. Et qui contenait des procès-verbaux de contravention à la police de la voirie. And which, so the file which contained des procès-verbaux, reports of contravention. It's like contravention, it's a what shall we call it? It's a ticket, like when you get a ticket, tickets from the police of the road police. He was going through those tickets. Il ne se dérangea point pour Javert. He did not déranger, it's like bother himself for Javert. Yes, so point, we have again point, ne pas, ne point, not. We talked about that. Il ne pouvait s'empêcher de songer à la pauvre Fantine et lui convenait d'être glacial. So he could not prevent himself from thinking of the poor Fantine, and it convenait, it was convenient to him to be very cold, glacial, very cold. Javert salua respectueusement Monsieur le maire, qui lui tournait le dos. So Javert saluted or greeted with respect Mr. the Mayor, to whom he turned his back. So, meaning Mr. Madeleine turns his back to Javert. Monsieur le maire ne le regarda pas et continua d'annoter son dossier. So Mr. Mayor did not look at him and went on to note in his file. Not very polite, but well. Javert fit 2 ou 3 pas dans le cabinet et s'arrêta sans rompre le silence. So Javert made 2 or 3 steps in the office and stopped without breaking the silence. Il n'y avait plus rien sur ce visage impénétrable et simple comme le granit qu'une morne tristesse. Yes, and we will have again the ne que only. There was, well, in fact, it says like this. There was plus rien, nothing anymore on this impenetrable face. You could not see, like stone-faced, and simple as granite, stone, yes. Then, nothing but, then a dark sadness. It's a horrible creature, this Javert. Toute sa personne respirait l'abaissement et la fermeté et je ne sais quel accablement courageux. So his whole person was breathing of abaissement. Abaissement, it's a bit like some kind of submissiveness or, yeah, it means like lowering, but I would say submissiveness and firmness, fermeté, firmness. And I don't know which courageous depression. So courageous in the sense, well, he's there, very depressed, but he wants to come and say something. That's, I think, why the word courageux, courageous is used. Enfin, Monsieur le maire posa sa plume et se tourna à demi. So finally, Mr. Mayor put down his pen and turned around to him, but à demi, half, not totally. Eh bien, qu'est-ce? Qu'y a-t-il, Javert? Well, what is it? Qu'y a-t-il? Meaning more like, what's the problem, Javert? Javert demeura un instant silencieux, comme s'il se recueillait, puis éleva la voix avec une sorte de solennité triste qui n'excluait pourtant pas la simplicité. Sorry. So Javert stayed a moment silent, as if he was se recueillir. Se recueillir is what you do on a tomb. It's like mourning or meditate. So a moment he was silent, as if he was meditating, then raised his voice with a kind of, you can say solemnity or formality, triste, with a sad formality, which did not exclude, although, simplicity. So he stayed simple, and he's saying the simple words. Il y a, Monsieur le maire, qu'un acte coupable a été commis. There is, Mr. Mayor, that a guilty act has been committed. Quel acte? Which act? Un agent inférieur de l'autorité a manqué de respect à un magistrat de la façon la plus grave. So, an agent of inferior authority has lacked respect. I think in English, rather, has disrespected a magistrate of the way the most serious, in the most serious way. Je viens, comme c'est mon devoir, porter le fait à votre connaissance. I come, as it is my duty, to bring the fact to your knowledge. I'm sorry, we're going a bit quickly, but we have to go through 3 pages, but a little bit of coffee first. Sorry, guys, I hope you also have a coffee. Quel est cet agent? Demanda Monsieur Madeleine. Who is this agent? Asked Mr. Madeleine. Moi, dit Javert. Me, said Javert. Vous? You? Moi. Me. Et quel est le magistrat qui aurait à se plaindre de l'agent? And which is the magistrate who would have to complain about the agent? Vous, monsieur le maire. You, Mr. Mayor. Monsieur Madeleine se dressa sur son fauteuil. So Mr. Madeleine straightened his back, sat straight on his chair. Javert poursuivit, l'air sévère et les yeux toujours baissés. So Javert poursuivit, went on, with a severe look. L'air means how you look, with a severe look, and his eyes still lowered. Monsieur le maire, je viens vous prier de vouloir bien provoquer près de l'autorité ma destitution. Mr. Mayor, I have come to pray you to be willing, vouloir, to be willing, vouloir bien, to be willing, to provoke with the authorities my destitution. Oh, well. Mr. Madeleine, stupéfait, ouvrit la bouche. So Mr. Madeleine, stupefied, or really, yes, what shall I say? Yes, we could say stupefied, opened his mouth. Javert l'interrompit. Javert interrupted him. Vous direz, j'aurais pu donner ma démission. You will say, I could have given, j'aurais pu donner. In fact, it says, I would have been able to give my designation. I could have given myself my designation. I could have resigned. And that resignation, rather in English, I could have resigned. Mais, but, and we are going to the last page. Where is it? No, I have to find it. Let me see. It's here. So, cela ne suffit pas. So, he says, but that is not sufficient. Donner sa démission, c'est honorable. So, give your own resignation, it's honorable. J'ai failli, je dois être puni. I have failed, I must be punished. My God. Il faut que je sois chassé. So it's necessary that I be chased. Et après une pause, il ajouta, and after a small pause, a small while, he added, Monsieur le maire, vous avez été sévère pour moi l'autre jour injustement. Mr. Mayor, you have been severely for me. You have been severe for me the other day. Injustement, unjustified. Soyez-le aujourd'hui justement. So be it, be severe with me, be it today justified, justly. Ah, ça, pourquoi? S'écria Monsieur Madeleine. Ah, that, why? Screamed out Mr. Madeleine. Quel est ce galimatia? What is this, and how will we translate galimatia? I would say word salad. What is this word salad? Qu'est-ce que cela veut dire? What does that mean? Vouloir dire is meaning. What does that mean? Où y a-t-il un acte coupable commis contre moi par vous? Where is there a guilty act committed against me by you? Qu'est-ce que vous m'avez fait? What have you done to me? Quel tort avez-vous envers moi? Which harm do you have towards me? Vous vous accusez, vous voulez être remplacé. So you accuse yourself. You want to be replaced. Chassé, dit Javert. Chased, said Javert. Chassé, soit. He says chased, okay. C'est fort bien. That's very well. Je ne comprends pas. I do not understand. It's true, Mr. Madeleine, do not understand. What is this man saying? Vous allez comprendre, monsieur le maire. You are going to understand, Mr. Mayor. So that's Javert talking. Javert soupira du fond de sa poitrine et reprit toujours froidement et tristement. So Javert sighed from the bottom of his chest, and, repris, like spoke again, hein? It comes from the verb reprendre, hein? Took up again, spoke again, still cold and sad. Monsieur le maire, il y a 6 semaines, à la suite de cette scène pour cette fille, j'étais furieux, je vous ai dénoncé. Mr. Mayor, 6 weeks ago, hein, il y a means ago, à la suite, so after the scene for the girl, hein, this girl, the girl meaning Fantine, I was furious and I dénoncé, I reported you, I denounced you, I reported you. Dénoncé, reported. And Javert says, à la préfecture de police de Paris. At the, yes, préfecture, I think we could say the headquarters of the police in Paris. Monsieur Madeleine, qui ne riait pas beaucoup plus souvent que Javert, se mit à rire. So, Mr. Madeleine, who didn't laugh much more often than Javert, started to laugh. Comme maire ayant empiété sur la police, so as mayor, having stepped on or infringed upon the police, so because he does not understand what Javert means. And then Javert said, no, comme ancien forçat, as a previous galley slave. So he reported Mr. Madeleine to the police headquarters in Paris as being a previous galley slave. Le maire devint livide. So the mayor became livid. Javert, qui n'avait pas levé les yeux, continua. So Javert, who had not raised his eyes, went on, continued. Je le croyais, I believed it. Depuis longtemps, j'avais des idées. Since a very long time, I had ideas. Une ressemblance, like a resemblance, des renseignements que vous avez fait prendre à Favrol, so information that you had taken at Favrol, votre force de rein, your strength of, well, rein normally are the kidneys, but I would say the strength of your back. You remember the mayor when he helped when this cart was crushing the old man. Ah, here he says it. L'aventure du vieux Fauchelevent. Hein? So the event or the adventure of the old Fauchelevent. You remember he was under his cart. Votre adresse au tir, your sharpness at tir, shooting. Votre jambe qui traîne un peu, your leg which is limping a little bit. Est-ce que je sais, moi, whatever I know, des bêtises, stupidities. Mais enfin, je vous prenais pour un nommé Jean Valjean. But finally, I took you for a man named Jean Valjean. Un nommé? A man named? Comment dites-vous ce nom-là? How do you say that name? Jean Valjean. C'est un forçat que j'avais vu il y a 20 ans quand j'étais adjudant garde-chiourme à Toulon. It's a galley slave that I have seen 20 years ago when I was assistant of the guards of prison in Toulon. En sortant du bagne, ce Jean Valjean avait, à ce qu'il paraît, volé chez un évêque, puis il avait commis un autre vol à main armée dans un chemin public. While getting out of prison, this Jean Valjean had, as it seems, stolen at the bishop's. Then he had committed another theft. À main armée means with a weapon, so armed, in a public street, on a public road, We have read a lot. Thanks for having been with me. I'm letting you go because this is really becoming long, long, long. But we read 3 pages. So let's see how many we still are reading next week. Hope to see you then. Bye.